We're in Jacksonville, Florida at Hanna Park Campground.
You tell me you're scared. You tell me you're weak. But I know you're stronger than what you think. It's hard. Yeah, I know it's rough, but we'll make it through, and I'll back you up. Wherever you're going, I'm going to. I'll follow you through the black and the blue. Whatever the mountain, we'll climb to the next. Honey, I'm with you through life and to death.
I know, right? We're out front of my mom's, about to surprise her. She has no idea we're here. Kira walked up to the door to ring the doorbell.
Trick or treat.
It's not calling. Kaylin, what are you doing here?
It's Kira.
Kira. Okay, it's dark out there.
Surprise!
Surprise!
Hello.
Dogs. Hello. Hi.
Surprise!
This is not Arkansas. Trick or treat.
We got you.
Oh, yes, you got us good.
I guess you should come in.
So we're out here at Hanna Park in Jacksonville, Florida. It is the weekend of the Florida-Georgia game. If you're from this area, you'll know that that's a big deal. The park is pretty much packed out about. People are cheering and going wild. They're here watching the game. You might hear them go crazy, or you might just hear Daisy watching the neighbor's dog having fun. Are you a good boy? But we're expecting John and Vicky, that's my parents, to come out. We came here to surprise them.
Kaylin, what are you doing here?
Now they are surprised, and then they're gonna come out here. We're gonna make some chicken and veggies on the Blackstone and have a campfire and then enjoy the forest, the jungle. I guess it's more of a jungle with all the palmettos. See if we can't see some armadillos and raccoons. Daisy! Daisy! Come on there.
Every living thing be to me a mother, both hands on the wheel. Show me faded color. Let's get out.
She says she's not worthy.
Who's not worthy?
Kira's not worthy.
I'm not worthy.
She can't pull the chain out.
I'm not worthy.
Are you gonna get in the water?
Yeah, we're gonna build a sandcastle.
You are?
Last time we were here, Karen's like, can we go to the beach? Can we go to the beach? Can we go to the beach? And now she's like, I don't want to go to the beach.
Darn kids growing up.
I want to go to the beach.
The girls love the beach. Kaylin especially loves the beach, and we brought her here. She's preteen, so kind of had to make her come, but
Yep.
she's here. Her sister is happy to be here. She put her bathing suit on. She's out there making sand castles.
We just came here to film real quick, and then Kira's like all dressed up to spend the day at the beach for like, unfortunately, Kira, we don't have time to spend all day right now.
Yeah, but while we're recording, she can go out and have fun.
But yes, Kaylin, 11, almost 12. Kaylin,
Yeah.
you need to go to the beach. She
Yeah.
loves it.
She
loves it. She's just right now, she's going through that 11 to 12-year-old phase, not quite sure of herself, so
Yeah.
sometimes you just gotta kind of push gently.
Yeah, I've been there. It's an awkward age.
We are in Jacksonville, Florida because this is where my parents live. Grandpa John, Grandma Vicky, as they're known to the kids.
Or Grandma John and Grandpa Vicky, as I like to call them.
As we accidentally say a little too often. But they actually thought we were in Arkansas headed back for Texas, and we were able to sneak into South Carolina. You had to not post on Facebook.
Yeah, it was torture, but
Such beautiful pictures. There were horses at the last campground in Blacksburg, South Carolina. But we made it.
Yes.
We successfully surprised them. They did not see it coming.
it was hilarious.
Yeah,
Are you gonna wash off all that?
oh, you goober. Yep.
Today we kind of stayed at the campground. We're at Hanna Park. We kind of stayed here and had fun.
It's a catch-22 because we're here to spend time with family, but this Hanna Park campground is amazing.
It is.
It's beautiful, and it's like, well, okay, we're gonna have to stay out here and enjoy the campground at some point. So we picked this day to stay here, check everything out before we have to leave. Now, we would have had more time, but I had the incident, which will be in another video,
Yes.
where I snagged the back end of the RV with a post because I didn't ask Tanya to get out. And
With me or without me? With me or without me? That's all I'm going to say.
With me? Without me? With you?
I did it without her, and I pulled the back end of the RV 3 inches off of the back wall, 3 inches off the RV. Wound up having to have a progressive insurance claim. Had to have Doug from Camper's Choice come and patch us all back up and put it back together.
Yeah.
We praise God that Doug came because he did an amazing job.
Yes. And I told him, trust God. And we had a big conversation about that. But
Yep. We'll save that for a different video. But at any rate, all of that happened here. It kind of ate into our time to enjoy getting out here and seeing the water. And there's a ton of trails here, so many. There's 3 different grades of bike trails, mountain bike trails. Some of them are black diamond. If you're like an intense mountain biker, you'll like it here.
yes.
Lots of places to ride. You're new with your electric bike, and there's been some good...
I got to ride my electric bike, and we actually went from the RV spot to the beach. We rode over here, David and I. So it was actually good. It was good. It's good exercise. I haven't been on a bike in years, but I guess once you know how to ride a bike, you never forget. So, like an elephant.
The campground is super awesome. It's like a jungle. Just the foliage in there is so beautiful, so dense. The oak trees, Spanish moss, palm trees. It's awesome.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed being in there. It's a little bit tight, but there's a variety of different campsite sizes up to like the 45 feet in length. We're in the 40-foot length one. It's a little bit tight for us, but we can make it. We can make it work. But there were some 40-foot ones that were pulled through that would have been awesome. But this was kind of a last-minute thing, and I was shocked we were even able to get a 40-foot spot for 10 days. It was like one of the only ones available.
Yeah.
So that was a blessing to be able to book that so we could make this whole thing happen. Because my parents live kind of central to Jacksonville. There's not a lot of RV parks close to them. So we still had to drive 30 miles, maybe 30 minutes with traffic to go over to their house to visit them. But this was about the closest option that was available. Everything else is kind of on the outskirts of Jacksonville or down by St. Augustine, and that could be well over an hour drive to come in. But they've got the camp store where you can rent bikes. A lot of different bikes that they had, even
Yeah.
kids' bikes available to rent.
Yeah.
A lot of, pretty much everything you would need. They got Stinky Slinkies, they got peanut butter.
Yeah, they got groceries, like little things.
I always
that
love
you
talking
might
about
need.
Stinky Slinkies and peanut butter in the same sentence.
I think David bought some chips or some queso. I can't
Queso.
remember. One of those, but they had the tortilla chips. That he
Okay,
liked.
so
Yeah. Okay, so shout out to the McGuires on tires.
So the campground has a code to get into aside from the front gate. So when you come in, there's a front gate, there's day access and camp access. And then to go to the campground, there's another gate where you have to put a code in. And that's pretty good because that kind of cuts down on people that aren't camping from getting back there and looking for things to steal. So that's a good security feature. There is the lake, which we went and checked out a couple of times.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice.
While the grandparents came to visit us, we went to go take pictures and stuff,
We went to take pictures.
and the fog rolled in. Dense fog.
It did.
That
yes.
kind of put a hamper on some good pictures, but we still had fun. We got to see the splash pad,
Yeah.
playground, the zip line.
Kaylin and David did zip line.
Kira did it, I think, once. They have,
Kira tried. She had one leg hanging off.
yep. They have some really neat playgrounds here, but they're very unique, both of them. And I thought they were great. I didn't think that they went cheap on any of it. It looked like a lot of fun. And the splash pad was off. We just thought, well, you know, it's almost November.
Yeah, we thought they turned the water off. And then Kira goes up and pushes a button and turns the whole thing
It
off.
was like a hand-sensitive, like sensor, like tap it, and every time you tapped it, something else came on.
But I don't think anybody thought that it was working, so
Yeah.
everybody was shocked. They were just walking by and looking like, whoa,
We had the whole thing on.
it was on. And it wasn't cold or anything. Jacksonville's not cold right now.
No, not by any means.
Girls, turn around.
Hello, YouTube!
It works! Oh my goodness, it works!
It turned on.
Whoa!
I've been to a splash pad before, and there's like one of these, and you touch it, and the stuff would turn off and on.
Whoa!
Excuse me?
You're not having.
That red doesn't show up. It shows up as orange on there.
No, we were in the 30s, well, in the mornings in South
Yeah.
Carolina, and now we're like hitting 80 somethings.
Yeah.
But of course, I mean, that's not overnight. But yeah, it's definitely warm enough to go out and enjoy the water or make a sand castle, as the girls are right now.
Yes, it looks like they have a friend.
The campground has its own playground, which looks brand new at the time we were here. This is October 2022. Like the fence around it was like fresh wood. And that's right by the park store. It's a very unique playground. Still can't quite figure out what the
A hammock.
hammock. It looked like the torture of death hammock. I don't really know what.
Yeah, it's not comfortable.
I would-
I wouldn't lay on it.
We didn't see a lot of kids playing there, but I would love to get and understand what a kid would think when they saw that, because it's like you can climb on it and swing back and forth, but for us, it's like that's a hammock.
Yeah.
But it's got little metal things that you would have to lay on, and that would be torture.
I wouldn't do that, and I can't imagine putting my knees on there and climbing on it.
Yeah. So I would have loved to have, like, if some kids were like climbing on it, say, what do you think this is?
Yeah, what is this? What would you do with this?
We'll have to see if we can get the girls over there. See what Kira thinks of it.
Yeah.
She's still got a nice, wild imagination.
Yes.
She'll probably be like, Dad, it's the such and such from a pirate ship. So if you're staying at Hanna Park and you've got kids, make sure to get them over to this playground, because this is a lot of fun.
If you fall off, I'm not recording. I'm going to be upset.
The bathrooms here are not the greatest.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked at them.
I didn't even bother with taking a shower. You can turn the water on, but some of them is just like a stream of water. There was a handheld in one of the ADA ones, so it looked okay. In fact, I went to go use the restroom today when Kira was taking a shower and I needed to go real bad. I rode my bike over and somebody was using it. So, I mean, it works. It's, as we say sometimes, it's sufficient.
Yeah.
But Kira's made a friend.
It's not necessary.
Yeah.
So
we've got full hookups and 50 amps, so
no reason to walk all the way over there.
We've just been making it work, sharing the shower.
Yeah.
I can share.
That's nice, because I'm not walking.
There is a lot of mosquitoes, so make sure you bring some bug spray.
Oh, they're bad. So
there's some interesting looking bugs. There's mosquitoes that have these black legs coming off their back, and it's like, is that a flying spider? What is that?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So if you don't have bug spray, you need to go to the store and get some. Maybe the park store would have it.
Yeah, I think I did see some in there. It's about $8 a bundle for firewood. That seems high, and it is kind of expensive, but I would say that there was more wood in those bundles than we've seen at some other places where it was like $6 or $7. I felt like there was enough to make a decent fire for $8.
Also, I want to point out that we had awesome neighbors come, and it was Paula and Keith.
And Mark, the dog.
Mark, the dog. And we met them, and they were a great couple. We love them.
Loved chatting with them.
Yes, but she had done something with essential oils and cinnamon and all kinds of stuff, and she offered to bring us some, and she set it around in cups around our fire, because we had a fire that night, and it was very nice, and it helped. It really did. The mosquitoes were not as bad anymore. That's an option. Yeah, you can tell everybody.
Hey, Daisy. She's just sitting out here all day. You got little mosquitoes all over you. Yeah, bring your bug spray if you come to Hanna Park. It's pretty bad. But after dealing with what we did with having the incident with this post right here in the back of our RV, didn't really get to spend a lot of time at the beach. It was kind of a bummer. It's 2 days to go until we leave Hanna Park and go on down towards the Orlando area and try to take advantage of some beautiful sunshine, the beach, take it all in. Hey, what do you think about this this tree here? I thought it was cool, but then my mom thought that that's defacing. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. I could go either way. I thought it looked cool, but I understand the whole defacing thing. I say this looks pretty good. I'd say even though this is ugly, you know, because I scratched it up, I think that Doug did an amazing job getting this all buttoned back up and sealed. I mean, he's got it all nice and sealed up. And the extra brackets that he put in there, I think this thing is gonna, this corner is gonna outlast the rest of this RV. I'm thankful that it was Chris from Progressive that came out to help us out, and that Chris knew Doug. It was all an answer to prayer to get this taken care of so quickly and look so great. So if you have an incident like that, really the best thing to do is call your insurance company. And if you haven't had an incident yet, take a look at your insurance policy. Make sure that everything is set the way that you want to. Maybe if you're saving a bunch of money on your monthly premiums, you may not be very happy when something like this happens and you need to get it fixed.
We thought it would be busier. There are people around.
The weekend that we were here, just one weekend, was the Florida-Georgia game. And it played out a little differently than I expected. They were expecting a crowd. We still had a few empty sites, but there was a lot of people.
Yes.
But I thought they were gonna like stay here from out of town and go to the game. But they were watching the game and yelling and hooting and hollering every time Georgia would score a touchdown. That's how I knew who they were rooting for.
Watching it. Yeah.
And there was some excitement that we didn't want that same night, as there was, I think it was a couple
Yeah.
across the little creek from us that decided to get into a big fight.
Yeah. I think it was just a man. The man was probably drinking too much, and he was causing fights. With
And they
people.
have explicit rules of no drinking here.
Yeah. So he was a little rowdy after drinking.
We had tried to, we were watching some TV outside, eating some supper, and then we had a campfire. We're like, we're just gonna quiet it down, turn it all off and enjoy it. And then
He started arguing with people, and we think they got in a fight. We don't know. And then the park police came, and then a little bit later the police came, and they escorted him off the property. And he didn't say anything more, but he had been very vocal up until that point. So
it was a poor choice of vocabulary.
yes.
She turned music on, trying to drown it out so that we didn't have to hear what they were saying.
Our neighbors, Paul and Keith, they had a tent, so of course they couldn't go in and hide like we could. So they had to listen to that. They said they had been fighting the night before.
Which we missed because we weren't hanging out outside the night before.
Yeah. Second night, they got escorted off.
So that's never fun. But thankfully, the park security took care of it fairly quickly. I mean, it was uncomfortable for maybe 30 minutes, and then enough people got involved and get that out of here.
Yes.
This is a family campground, because on the weekend there was a lot of kids bicycling all over the campground. Definitely a great place for families.
Yes.
You can do fishing here. People have been fishing out here in the ocean. People have been fishing at the lake.
Yeah, and at the park store, they have pictures of all the people who caught fish.
There's a lot of different birds to check out. We took the good camera and went looking at birds, and they've got a very interesting one. I can never remember the name. My mom, Grandma Vicky, looked it up, and this bird like swims under the water with just its head sticking out, and you'll see it go down to get a fish, and then the bird goes and sits in the trees with its wings out to dry out like that. It was very interesting, and there was a lot of those.
I got video.
There was some interesting, I think they were ducks, but their beaks were so small, I'm not sure they were ducks.
Yeah.
If it swims like a duck, but it doesn't look like a duck,
Right.
is it a duck?
Right. But yeah, I love Jacksonville because there's a Donato's Pizza here. And unfortunately, I don't think we're going to stop there. But thankfully, South Carolina had a Donato's.
We got in some Donatos.
So I got some Donato's before so that I wouldn't miss out, because I wasn't sure what we were going to be doing in Florida. So.
But thankfully, we didn't eat out a whole lot because my parents were cooking, and so we were able to go enjoy some meals with them.
Yeah.
Able to cut down on eating out so much. But it's been a fun time here.
You're afraid. I wish you could see that. I think you're brave. And if it all falls, if it all breaks, still be here. We'll fix these mistakes. Wherever you're going, I'm going to. I'll follow you through the black and the blue. Whatever the mountain, climb to the next
not done in Florida. We've got a few more places to go. Next up, we're going to be going back to Camp Margaritaville. Never thought we'd be going there twice in 1 year. But at least this time it won't be 30 degrees.
Yes, that was crazy. Now it might be 90, so there's a possibility.
Might have to get in the pool this time.
So you're saying there's a chance.
And then after that, we're even gonna hopefully go see in the Panhandle, the Florida Panhandle, there's this guy named Steve Turtle.
Who's that?
You know what? We'll have to put some links or some videos or something
I've
up
heard
here.
that name before.
Yeah. But we'll allude to that later. We'll let you check that out. That'll be in a few weeks on our video. Hopefully we'll get to see Steve Turtle.
Yes.
And you're gonna be like, what's a
Who?
Steve Turtle? If you've been around watching YouTube for a while with RVs, you may already know who Steve
Yes.
Turtle is. He's a celebrity
He is.
because he was on PBS once.
Yes.
At any rate, we thank y'all so much for watching our videos. Remember that life happens.
Don't let it stop you. Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Sup, Scribble?
That's her cute way of saying subscribe.
Subscribe. Stay fresh, cheese bags. Stay juicy, handbag.